Hi everyone, so we will Rex Tinville. Let's go. Museum Office. Recently, Tammy's law firm and the Stellis City Movie Museum has officially reached an agency agreement. On the day of the contract signing, we were able to complete the final procedures with Artem's help. Mr. Wing, we now entrust your firm with the museum's future legal matters. Don't worry, Shara is an excellent attorney. She will provide the museum with the best legal counsel. Hearing his high praise of you, you feel both prideful and embarrassed. Yes, Mr. Curator, you shouldn't worry. With the agreement signed, I will do my best. Good. The youth of today are really our future. I am relieved to hear you say that. To be honest, we've encountered many problems ever since our Star Avenue became a tourism hotspot. Star Avenue? Yes, it is our new photography location utilizing the latest VR technology. Wow, VR. The VR technology will allow tourists to experience what it's like to walk on the red carpet. Hearing the curator's explanation, you finally remember where you've heard the name before. Pantry. Blossom on the Wind was so good that I stayed up all night to watch it. The movie was great. The director handled the emotional conflict between the characters very delicately. I know, right? Especially that starry scene on the Star Avenue, the promise that he made to her. Yeah, I remember. Every shot in that scene is memorable. I heard that scene was shot in Stellis City. There are rumors going around online saying that if two people walk across it together, they will be together forever. Okay, how about it? You interested? Faced with Kiki's teasing, you subconsciously avoid her gaze. Ooh. I don't believe in those rumors. Mr. Wing. It has nothing to do with Mr. Wing. And as soon as you see that, a familiar voice comes from behind you. What has nothing to do with me? Ooh. Kiki secretly gives you a look. Recalling your prior refusal, your face unwittingly turns red. Missing Artem's gaze, you quickly wave your hands and dismiss the subject. Nothing, we were just talking about work. Is that so? Artem doesn't seem to believe you, but doesn't press the subject either. Good. Timing, Shara. Come by my office later. There's an important document that I have to give you. So the movie was shot here at Stellis City Movie Museum. Since it's a rare opportunity, why don't the two of you go check it out? I happen to have some spare tickets. You do want to go, but they still work hours, so it's best if you don't. Thank you for your kind offer, but we really need to get back to the office. Maybe next time. No, we don't need to go back just yet. Mr. Wing? Faced with your doubts, Artem explains his reasoning. Understanding your client's situation will be the groundwork for future legal counsel. You've been busy with work lately, you can take this opportunity to relax. But I still have work to do in the afternoon. Working too hard will have an adverse effect on your efficiency. Don't worry, I will adjust your workload later. Thank you, Mr. Wing. Then I'll take you up on your offer. The museum only allows a limited number of visitors to enter the Star Avenue at the same time. There are plenty of visitors, most of which are couples lining up at the Star Avenue. Due to the atmosphere here, you consciously keep your distance from Artem so that he won't feel embarrassed. Oh my god, what happened to your eye? Darling, I think sun got in. Oh, it is so uncomfortable. What a terrible thing to happen to you. Let me blow it out for you. I'll be careful. Is this dubbing? The things he's saying sounds like something straight out of a love drama. The man supports the woman's waist as he gently blows into her eyes a few times. You blow as hard as George when he is blowing up balloons. My fake eyelashes are going to fall off. The heck? Darling, you wouldn't have it any other way. Those eyelashes are covering up the beauty that are your eyes. People gather around to watch as this couple get more and more into their acting. Listen, you can tell that they are long-time movie fans. The tune they are using are learned from old movies. As expected of the movie museum, I didn't expect to see such a vivid performing arts. I've got to take my hat off there. Realizing that everyone is watching, the woman hides in the main chest, gently pounding it with her fist. Ah, everyone is watching! The man is caught off guard and staggers back, bumping into you. The force causes you to lose your balance. Ah! You can't help but exclaim. Feeling that you were about to fall, you subconsciously close your eyes. Watch out! A panicked voice comes from behind, followed by a gentle yet strong touch on your wrist. The force sweep away your uneasiness. Did you twist your ankle? Wait, I like this. I'm fine. Artem breathes a sigh of relief but doesn't immediately let go of your hand. The strength that supported you when you fell was a silent comfort, allowing you to calm down after panicking. That man's reflexes are so fast. Look at how tightly they are holding hands. Wow, what a truly memorable scene. Is there a problem? Deterred by Artem's stoning gaze, the performing couple snaps back to reality, apologizing profusely. Sorry. We're really sorry. Oh, no. Don't worry. You two didn't mean to. They immediately switch places with another couple behind us, making sure to keep their distance from us. At the same time, the crowd begins to discuss the scene they just witnessed. Seeing his heroic scene just now, I could have sworn it was Albert from the movie. Based on my estimation, 10 movies with the same plot have been released this year, but it still never gets boring. 10? It's probably more than that. The crowd has organized a small film review of the accident. You overhear many unfamiliar movie terms. Noticing the situation, some staff came over to question us. Soon after, they broadcast some safety precautions. Due to the high traffic, we ask that visitors pay attention to their own safety. The new Film Art Gallery exhibit next door is hosting many events. Visitors, please feel free to attend. Hearing the broadcast, you subconsciously look at Artem, who happens to also be looking at you. Want to go? I couldn't understand anything the people in the crowd were saying. It's a good opportunity for me to learn. Besides, there are too many couples here. It feels like we're out of place. Yes, there are some safety concerns with this many people here. It's better if we go as well. I asked the curator how late this place opens till. It opens till 8 p.m, which means there will be less people by then. Nice act. Film Museum. The Film Art Gallery showcases showcases the whole development process from film to digital movies. Along the way, Artem quietly admires the exhibition, expressing neither impatience nor interest. Artem has always been calm, valuing logic above all else. He wouldn't be interested in emotional films. But since you're already here, you try to find an interesting topic to lighten the mood. Artem, do you know why the Star Avenue is so popular? Why? The recently popular movie Blossom in the Wind was filmed here. The scene was so beautiful. The female protagonist is a rising movie star and the male protagonist is a makeup artist that's helping her. It was here on the Star Avenue that he promised her that she would one day walk on the real red carpet, but halfway through your sentence, you notice that Artem is running with a strange expression on his face. Yikes, I couldn't help myself and started promoting the movie. Sorry, can't help it. He definitely wouldn't be interested in this sort of romance movie. Realizing this, you find yourself in a dilemma. Should you continue or should you just drop it? What's wrong? I feel like I'm going to spoil the plot for you if I carry on. It's okay, you can continue. Yeah, Artem probably wouldn't watch this movie anyway, so it should be okay for you to continue, right? Your feeling of guilt eases a little, and you summon the courage to summarizing the second half of the movie. Soon after she died in an accident, he used his makeup skills to disguise himself and infiltrate her circle. What? Eventually, he discovered that her death was not an accident and brought the murderer to justice. He became a famous cross-dressing actor. With the makeup that he designed for her, he walked the red carpet in... Oh my god, in her place. Oh! The love between them is truly moving. Artem appears to have something to say after hearing your spoilers, but hesitates for a while before talking. I thought the core of the movie was this crime and their love was just a tool to move the plot along. I didn't realize it was the exact opposite. The crime was just a tool to move the plot along. You grow uneasy seeing the frown and the dark and gloomy look on Artem's face. Since he doesn't like romance movie, will he think me immature for watching them? No! Actually, the core of this movie isn't love at all. But based on your description, it is. The movie spent a great deal of time focusing on how he found the real murderer, but he only did that out of love. But Artem, he once said that Artemis should develop a mindset to analyze from different perspectives. So we shouldn't look at this movie from only one perspective, otherwise the movie would be too easy to define. If you were both in the courtroom, Artem probably would have already rendered you speechless. Maybe it's because you're not in court, but Artem doesn't deem you your defense force. Rather, he gives you the opportunity to express your thoughts. So, what do you think? The movie exposed the dark side of the entertainment circle over the course of finding the real murderer, which gives it significance. Mockingbird, a famous internet film critic, once read a film review elaborating on its profound meaning. Oh my god, this is where the Mockingbird starts. If people, okay, if like this is a paid content. Like I buy plenty of things and as chips to have this card. And if I have to pee, oh my god, if and after the Artem fan, Let's continue. Mockingbird, a famous internet film critic. I read it. I think it's better if you don't assume these things to be realistic. Artem distrusts in the professionalism of the famous film critic and his indifferent dismissal angers you. Ooh. Even though you respect him, you can't help but speak up. Artem. Perhaps you should read the review before you make your assessment. Many of the other film critics only talk about the love between two protagonists, but not him. He's probably the same. No, Artem, he's different. Mockingbird's film review is over 10,000 words long. In it, he analyzes the social meaning of the kiss. Although I do feel like a little disappointed at being unable to see his analysis for their love, his thought process is different from most people's. No, he's blushing. He's definitely blushing. Oh my god. Artem violently coughs a few times. His face is a little red, probably due to discomfort. Artem, are you uncomfortable? Do you want to go home and rest? It's okay. Their hair is a bit stale. Let's walk over there. Okay. For a short while, the mood between you and Artem remains tense and awkward. You pretend to look at the exhibit descriptions, but your mind is in a mess, and not a single word registers. Artem isn't interested in discussing movies at all, just like I thought. I left him no room for reply. I should apologize to him. Just as you muster the courage to apologize, Artem beats you to it. Sorry about just now. It was my fault. I knew that you are not interested in movies, yet I dragged you along with me and even prattled on about it. I'm not entirely uninterested in it. I do take the time to watch movies once in a while. Perhaps I might have had some misunderstandings about the movie content because of the subject matter. So I apologize for dismissing you earlier. Faced with Artem's sincere apology, you're a little surprised. Not about the apology, but Artem, have you seen Blossom in the Wind? Yes, but only 3 times. Only 3 times? Yes, 3 times? What's wrong? I normally never rewatch something I've already watched. I might even play the movie on double speed. Rosa, you are me. I also watch sometimes, not twice, but at least 1.5 times. Like if it is really my favorite, not because it's good or whatever, just like it is my favorite for my personal feelings, I will rewatch it. Like not like how I say, not like this year, maybe next year or like a few months, but not like 3 times straight, 3 times in just like a span of a month even. This should be my field of expertise, but I still feel like I've lost you somehow. But you were able to understand the movie's intended message. You are better than me in that regard. Artem glances over to a glass showcase. Shadow puppetry, a famous traditional art, was born out of love between an emperor and his concubine. At first, I could neither understand nor believe it. You follow his gaze only to find that you had unknowingly entered the shadow puppetry art exhibition. A warm light shines over the glass showcase. Inside, shadow puppets are lined up, each drawn with a vivid charm. Amazing! Every single one is unique and lifelike. Making shadow puppets is a traditional craft. Starting from scratch, there are many processes to complete. Many of the priceless puppets are passed down from from generation to generation. Proficiency in law side, I didn't know that you had such a deep understanding of shadow puppets. I used to be interested. If I didn't get into law school at Stellis University, I probably would have picked drama. For real? If someone like you can't get into it, then there will be no one out of there who can ever get into the law school at Stellis University. You're exaggerating. I was simply exposed to law earlier than others because of my parents. I wasn't much different from the other students. Be more confident, Artem. There's no way we're the same. You suddenly feel a little ashamed of yourself. Artem, who has obtained his law doctorate at 25, was this modest. As you are reflecting on your own life, the exhibit's employees call out Artem to Artem. Well, if it isn't Mr. Wing, here you go again. Artem has been here. Oh my god. Next act. From their greetings, you realize that this isn't the first time Artem has been to the movie museum. One of the reasons why Themis law firm could obtain the agency agreement was because Artem is a frequent visitor. It just so happened that there is a shadow puppetry experience event today. Are you too interested? To promote the charm of shadow puppetry to the visitors, our experience starts the whole process from scratch. Hearing the employee's explanation, you can't help but feel a little tempted to try. But on the contrary, Artem seems to be slightly hesitant. Sensing this, the staff tries to persuade him. Mr. Wing, this is your first time bringing your girlfriend here. Why don't you both give it a try? Huh? Oh, what is it? Unless you two... She's my partner from work, not my girlfriend. Sorry, I misunderstood. Since you are partners, your rapport won't lose to others. I still suggest that you two try your hands out of this. Hearing this, Artem turns to you. If you don't mind going to the Star Avenue a little later, then how about we try it out? Sure, we're the best partners after all. Shadow Play Experience Room. Afterwards, the employee explains the process of making shadow puppets in detail. You choose a female character wearing a flower tiara and a long dress. The decorations are not too detailed, making it easier to make. Artem chooses a character very similar to him, broad eyebrow with big eyes, bold and threatening. You go to the crafting table after selecting the letter and start working on your character. Artem, your hand is shaking. I'll try to keep it stable. Even though Artem is trying his best, the blade in his hand has a mind of its own. Not only does it make circles on the leather, but it also leaves a long mark on the crafting table. Oh no, this crafting table is made out of a real wood. It's probably expensive. I will discuss the composition with the curator after we're done. You thought that would be the worst of it, but it was just the beginning. Oh my god, Artem! Not there! Artem, that's the eye. You can't remove it. It already fell off. You were supposed to cut off the excess whites, leaving the eyeballs so that you could color it in later. They're gone now. You shiver before the empty eye socket. Yeah, how about we give it an eye patch? That's unique. But shadow puppetry is in 2D, and this is only one. Wait. But shadow puppetry is in 2D, and this is its only. There's some glue here. You hold the leather. I'll see if I can glue it back on. While holding the glue, the usual Artem, calm and composed, is nowhere to be seen. This Artem doesn't know where to begin. I'm ready. You can start now. Okay. First, he puts glue in a circle around the eye socket, then carefully puts the eyeball back on. Because the shadow puppets are small, Artem's hand inevitably touches Yoran while he works. With such high-strung emotions, a mere touch of the hand is enough for you to feel the heat rise to your face. You can let go now. I've got it. Okay, let's just wait for it to dry. With the eyeball back in place, the both of you are about to finish with the general appearance of the shadow puppet. Both your hands were covered with paint during the coloring process, but it went smoothly without a hitch. Finally, the shadow puppet that had gone through many ordeals is complete. Sorry, I'm mesmerized. Yeah. The completed shadow puppet looks lifelike. However, Artem carefully picks up his shadow puppet. Examining it closely, he is both shocked and bewildered at it. So, even a normal person can make a shadow puppet. Of course, you're really talented. Are you sure? Talent? I have no such thing. Artem sighs. His face has the same helpless expression as the shadow puppet he's holding. Oh my god, he's happy. Like a kid. When I was young, I received a painting book. After I was done coloring, the teacher regretted giving it to me. He said that it was a waste giving it to me because I had no talent for coloring. Ever since then, I knew that I had no aptitude for the arts. Is that so? Is that why you hesitated when you heard that you could try it out? Artem nodded shyly. It was as if his face was painted with the red paint we use for the shadow puppets. Looking at you, his blue eyes reflect a hint of loss and regret. But more than making a fool of myself, I didn't want to miss. This rare experience. Even though I wasn't of any help in the end, it's thanks to you that we are able to complete the shadow puppet. I didn't do it alone. Sculpting takes effort. If it wasn't for you being here, I couldn't have done it alone. So, this is the result for our combined efforts. Artem watches in surprise as you take out a wet tissue to wipe away the colorful paint stains on his wrist. You... Don't move. There are more stains here. You summon the courage to pull the arm that Artem subconsciously retracts back towards you. You clean away the rest of the paint stains. Thank you. Of course, we're partners after all. We complement each other, which is why we're such great partners. After hearing you say that, Artem is relieved and gives you a slight nod. Yes, you're absolutely right. Next act. Shadow Play Experience Room. After coloring it, the staff helps with the ironing and binding. Both shadow puppets are now complete. There, you can now control the shadow puppets using these sticks. You can begin the show whenever you're ready. Show? Wait, no one said anything about a show. The staff looks at how confused you are and thinks back to what he said before. He immediately apologized. I'm sorry, I must have forgotten to mention it when explaining this to you. If it's any help, you two can choose from any of the script over there and perform it on the screen. We will record the whole show for you two to keep as a souvenir afterwards. You look at the table full of scripts, feeling a little lost. Since we already made the characters, we should choose an appropriate script, right? There is no hurry. Take your time. The shadow puppet you choose is dressed in a colorful clothes. Her looks deem her the main female protagonist. This type of characters usually appear as the daughter. Artem's detailed description of the character sweeps away your worries. It even ignites your interest. What about yours? My character likes to read books. These types of character usually appear as a scholar or an official. Is it boring listening to my explanations? I think it's pretty interesting, and I learned something new today. You have a deep understanding of how to create shadow puppets, and you even know about the characters. I don't. I just read up on some basic information back when I was studying drama. Artem has a deep understanding of the law and has also studied drama in depth. You can't help but to be reminded of the famous internet critic Mockingbird. In his review, not only does Mockingbird express his opinions, but he also teaches everyone about various things. It's mostly about law. Sometimes Mockingbird explains the influence of traditional drama on modern cinema. They're both quite similar. But it's probably a coincidence, right? You shake your head at this baseless speculation, focusing instead on the script in front of you. Finally, you choose one of the most suitable and widely known scripts for your character. Artem, what do you think about this passage from Romance of the Western Chamber? Yes, this popular story should be easier for us to act out. It's a good choice. After placing the shadow puppets behind the screen, the two of you begin the play. Don't worry, miss. I will make a name for myself and return to your side soon. Artem moved his shadow puppet over to yours as he reads the lines. When husband and wife are compatible and both willing, it is as if heaven and earth were in harmony. No richer nor fame would compare. Why did I have to choose this passage of all things when I knew that I was with her? The characters in the play are newlyweds. You have trouble saying the lines that were supposed to be funny. Don't worry, we can change to another play if you find the lines hard. You and Artem try out different plays, but none of them seems to work out. As more visitors sit down to watch, you get so nervous that the stick in your hand starts shaking. Don't be scared, follow me. Artem's soft and comforting voice calms you down just as you start feeling completely lost. His shadow puppets move along with his actions, slowly walking in front of you. Now that you've delivered this to me personally, you need to tell me the truth. The country will ask once more, do you owe Stellis more 300 silvers? Stellis more? Stellis didn't. You can't help but burst into laughter. Although you aren't too familiar with the process of the older court system, you've had your fair share of legal experience. This shouldn't be too hard, too different. You begin to eagerly play along with Artem. You control the shadow puppet in your hand, making it act in grief and kneel down. Lord Justice, I am innocent. I do not owe Stellis more single silver. I am not Lord Justice. Address me as County. Tell me why you now withdraw your confession when you've admitted to it before. If you do not speak the truth, your punishment will be to copy the code of law 100 times. Familiar themes keep popping up. The strange feeling it gives you makes it harder for you to control your expression. Hearing your laughter, the smile playing at the side of Artem's lips grew wider. Does Stellis have proof that I owe her money? You confess. Our investigation confirms it. Stellis does not need to provide further proof. While he's talking, Artem's shadow puppets points his tiny fingers at you. You can't lose to his performance, so you make your shadow puppet stand up and walk around as he talks. I admit to owing her money, but with no loan slip, Stellis has no proof. Besides, the validity of this loan slip is up for debate. Oh wise one, oh revered one, I plead for you to uphold justice. With an exaggerated tone, you compliment Artem many times over as you bow down with your shadow puppet. It's not just Artem, but everyone in the audience bursts out of with laughter. Don't try to butter me up. However, you do have a point. We will re-examine the case. Quarter join. With Artem's closing statement, the audience burst into a round of cheers and applause. Thank you, Artem. You simulated what happened that day to help me calm down, right? Yes, it looks like you still remember what I told you. How could you forget? Artem did you a big favor that day. Tammy's law firm. 5 days ago. Shiraira, what's wrong? You've been telling him all day. I've recently received a request for legal counsel regarding a loan dispute. The other party could not provide direct evidence to prove that relationship because the IOU was lost. But I didn't think the other party would trick my client into admitting to the loan in court. I'm trying to figure out a new tactic. Mr. Wing has more experience dealing with these matters. Why don't you ask him? Artem, I do not want to trouble him. You pace in front of his office for a long time before Artem opens the door and finds you standing there. When you bring up your problem to him, he asks you, what does a confession mean in a civil action lawsuit? A confession is an admission of guilt by one party and the other party does not need to provide evidence. Since it's an existing fact and not a distorted truth, we just need to find another get around. We can argue for evidence that the loan has been repaid, or we can challenge the time limit of the IOU. A bad situation only puts you at a disadvantage. It doesn't mean that you've lost. Mr. Wing, give it a shot. It doesn't matter if you fail. The firm and I will bear the consequence. Unfavorable word does not constitute a loss. As long as you stand in the courtroom as an attorney, you have the chance to turn things around. Similarly, the story isn't over as long as you still stand on the stage. Next, wait, I need to know. Oh, another two. Shadow play experience room. Unfavorable word does not constitute a loss as long as you stand in the courtroom as You control the shadow puppet and give Artem a big bow. You were too embarrassed to say thanks earlier, but now a good time to tell Artem. I'm really happy to be your partner. If you're alright with me, then I hope we can continue working together to support each other and overcome difficulties. Artem's tone is shaky and not as smooth as before. You can tell that he wants to say something, but then stops himself. His face is red and you can almost feel the heat radiating from his body through his shirts. Did that come off too suddenly? Are you acting? Artem, I mean everything I see. Yes, I know. The performance is almost over. I'll go tell the staff. Artem puts down his shadow puppet and leaves in a hurry to the other side of the screen. As he passes you can see that his ears are red. After that, we wandered around the exhibition as the staff got to work editing the video. Thanks to the shadow puppetry experience, you feel the distance between you and Artem lessen. You always feel like you're seeing a different side of Artem each time he explains something to you don't know. Why are you laughing all of a sudden? Nothing, I just feel I'm getting to understand you better now. Understand me? Yes, I originally thought that you'd only focus your research on legal cases and rules of law. However, I learned today that not only you are interested in movies, but that you also come here in your free time. I'm definitely a little different from how you picture me to be. I have always believed that being an attorney means having to deal frequently with people. Therefore, I like to watch movies and cultural work to understand other people's feelings and thoughts. Not only will this improve my communication skills, but it might even prove useful in the courtroom. Understanding the demands of each client, you must find errors in the counsel's defense and then defeat it. This is probably the reason behind Artem's perfect record in the courtroom. As expected of you, you're even watching movies to learn even more about life. You cite there's no special reason as to why you watch movie other than for entertainment purposes. For me, watching movies help me learn the different attitude of life. I think it's very interesting. Sometimes I even fantasize that I'm part of the movie. Then Artem smiles at you as you blabber on. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you have a trial that can affect your client's entire life. We often need to know what our clients really want more than they are aware of. So it's good to put yourself in their shoes like what you do. Yeah, you're right, I will work hard. Artem's words were like a shot of encouragement, effectively vanquishing whatever embarrassment you feel before. But what he said just now was vaguely familiar. It was almost as if you heard before. But what he said just now was vaguely familiar. It was almost as if you've heard it before somewhere. Right, it's Mockingbird. He mentioned that in one of his reviews. Since Artem likes to watch movies, could he actually be a loyal reader of Mockingbird? Artem, have you read any film review by Mockingbird? I think so. Why? I just feel like you have many similar viewpoints. I'm sure you guys would be great friends. Do I sound like that famous film critic you keep mentioning? A little. Seeing Artem raises his eyebrow, you quickly try to explain. But only just a little. I also feel like there's a big difference between you two. We do? Yes, for example, Mockingbird almost never touches on the subject of feelings in his review. And you like to experience other people's feelings through movies. That's where you guys are different. Yes, he still has room for improvement as a film critic. But Mockingbird is the film critic that I respect the most. Artem, you should really check him out when you're free. Alright. With not much time left, you start heading back. You happen to run into the exhibit staff. You two are just in the time. We are done editing the video and we'll send it to you shortly. And may I trouble you two for a favor? What is it? I'm a student of shadow puppetry director. My teacher is retiring soon, so I want to record a video for him. Through this video, I want to spread awareness of shadow puppet sculpture. It's been a dream of my teacher. I saw your performance just now. It was very interesting. So, I was wondering if I could use part of your video for my commemorative video. I'm willing to pay. Hearing his request, you and Artem look at each other and agree to his request. Sure, but you don't need to pay us. Yeah, we made loads of money. Yeah, we're happy to be able to help. Lastly, the staff invite us to say a few words for the video. I truly hope that the traditional art of shadow puppetry will be carried on by his students, just as his teacher hopes. Last act. It was already nearing evening by the time you two are done at the shadow puppetry experience. You and Artem go back to the Star Avenue for the perfect ending to your perfect day. Country. A few days later, Kiki happily sees you out at work. Sharara, I asked around and was finally able to acquire tickets to the movie museum. Come with me during the weekend. Hey, we can finally go and see where that scene in Blossom in the Wind was shot. Sorry, Kiki, I've already been there. Oh, where did you go? Seeing your hesitance, Kiki's eyes immediately lights up at the hint of gossip. Wait, if I remember correctly, you went there with Mr. Wing last night to sign the agency agreement. So that's when you guys went and checked the Star Avenue, right? Will it cause trouble for Artem if you admit that you've gone on and toured the museum with him? At that moment, Artem walks over to you with an antique wooden box in his hand. Mr. Wing, what are you holding? Kiki, the document yesterday was formatted incorrectly. Celestine is asking for you. Stop. I'm screwed. After Kiki leaves, Artem opened the wooden box in front of you. Wow, this is... He takes out two exquisite shadow puppets, which were a complete replica of one of us from yesterday. Seeing your surprise, Artem smiles. The commemorative video has already been uploaded through the internet. This was made by that exhibition staff as thanks for our help. How kind of him! These shadow puppets look so lifelike. The expression on this shadow puppet is exactly like how stern and solemn you usually are. Stern, solemn. Hearing a hint of sadness in Artem's tone, you rush to explain it yourself. I didn't mean it like that. I really like when you get all serious handling a case. What am I saying? You and Artem both lower your head in embarrassment for a while. Although you do like this shadow puppet, what you said just now was probably inappropriate. Why don't you keep both of them since you like them? But that's not very good. Don't worry, they're originally a pair. I mean, it will be more valuable to keep them together because they were made at the same time. If that's the case, then... Thank you, Artem. I will cherish it. Your bedroom. When you arrive home, you place the shadow puppets on the most eye-catching spot on the shelf. Taking out your pet, you go to the link that Artem sent and begin watching the shadow puppetry video. I never knew that the entire creation process was for the shadow puppet had this many steps. Professional shadow puppets are so flexible. Our performance yesterday was nothing compared to them. My face looks so big in the well-wishing part of the video at the end. It was a little embarrassing at the end. However, watching the 20 minutes video left you a little unsatisfied. You scroll down to the comments and find that the most popular comment is by a film critic. It's written by Mockingbird. There are information with illustration on the development history and production process of shadow puppetry. I feel like I've seen some of these pictures before. I remember now, it's from the shadow puppetry exhibit that day. From the looks of it, it seems like we were there on the same day. Was Mockingbird there as well? Or another possibility occurs to you when you see the pair of shadow puppets in the illustration at the end. Artem's study. After submitting his film review, Artem smiled, satisfied with the video's increasing popularity. Using the username Mockingbird, he begins writing another film review on Blossom in the Wind. However, he stopped at the edit page. Mockingbird analyzed the social meaning of the kiss. But I found the lack of his analysis of the love a little disappointing. Artem thinks back to what that girl said and begins to re-examine the review of this romantic movie. I'll give it a try. He recalls back to the time he spent with her on that day and puts all the complex emotion he felt into the review. In the closing paragraph, he only writes the following words. I hope you can see what I have written here. Oh. Oh, wait. We can category item SR. Alright, so let's continue. Is there any new messages? Oh, we have new message. Right? No. Mr. Wing, that documentary on the shadow play is going viral on the internet right now. Yeah, I've shared it too. Soon after, the system said I won a prize. You did? Doesn't that mean that all your friends will see it? We appeared in that documentary. I hope that didn't cause you any trouble. Trouble? Of course not. They keep asking me who I was going to take to the movies. If you're free, I'd like to ask you to come with me. Sure, what kind of movie have you been into lately? I'm more into sci-fi movie, but I also watch other genres as well. So, what type of movie do you like best? Romance movie. There's going to be a sequel to The Blossom of the Wind, but the ending might be another tragedy. I might not be able to hold back my tears. It's okay, you don't need to. If a movie can stir up so much emotion in the audience, then it has proved itself a success. But I've never experienced that before. Yeah, imagine yourself as the protagonist of the movies. It will make the movie more memorable for you. Even the female protagonist. Thanks for the advice. I'll try next time. Let's see if there are any movies you like, and let's go watch them together. Hip hop. I heard from Kiki that the theme of sequel to The Blossom in the Wind might be about Kung Fu opera. Similar to shadow play, Kung Fu is also one of the intangible cultural heritage. I think that the producers are hoping to be innovative by using traditional cultural elements. I just checked the Big Data Lab. Kung Fu is also crowned as the father of all operas. That sounds amazing. Why haven't I ever looked deeper into it before? My mother liked Kung Fu. I've accompanied her to a few. Are you starting to get interested in Kung Fu? I'd like to know more about it. If the theme of the sequel really is Kung Fu opera, then we'd be preparing for it. I see. So we're preparing for the movie. If you're interested, I can go to a Kung Fu opera with you. I'm afraid I won't understand it. Don't worry about anything. Just enjoy the performance. If you'd like to know more about it, I recommend that you take a look around the Performance Institute. I'm sure the teachers would be more than happy to answer your questions. Can you come with me? Of course, I'd be happy to. I'll arrange a date. I'm looking forward to this weekend. Oh, we have a date with Artem. Okay, so let's see. We have plenty. Modern figures, Mockingbird. Mockingbird is the alias of a famous internet film critic whose identity remains unknown. Known for his wide range of knowledge in many professional fields and his well-expressed viewpoints, his movie reviews have garnered a reputation for being the best in their business. He has a unique writing style, and the contrast between his shrewd observations and the adorably confused comments he occasionally makes is another reason for his rapid rise in popularity. Every review he writes spreads like wildfire on the internet thanks to the millions of fans that follows him. Davis, his fans calling him "they are happy" has caused him some frustration, which explains why he doesn't ever reply to the comments. Oh my god. Literature, Romance of the Western Chamber. Romance of the Western Chamber, one of the 6 gifted scholar books, was earlier based on a work of literature by Tang Dynasty Yuanzhan. Later on, it was adapted into a poetic drama by Wang Shifu from the Yang Dynasty, known as the final volume of Yuan poetic dramas. Okay, wait, we have nothing. Right, culture, costumes, shadow play. Shadow play, also known as shadow puppetry, is a form of drama in which character silhouettes are crafted out of animal hide or paper products and are animated against a backdrop to tell a story. Okay, film and TV, Blossom of the Wind. Blossom of the Wind is the perfect fusion between the crime of love genre. In just 3 days, its view contributes to the annual top 10 list, primarily due to its great reviews and spontaneous publicity. Sources reveal that the production team is preparing for a sequel that will be just as tragic. Many emotional audiences have responded by spamming the movie with low reviews. Someone asked me to help promote this movie. Next time, for sure. Society. Organization. No, not yet. That is for murderers. Law, confession. A confession is an admission of guilt by one party not conducive to them in process of litigation, and the other party does not need to provide evidence for this admission. Different local laws have different provision. This is true. I think that's alright. Yeah, that's all. Geography. Stellis. Star Avenue. Star Avenue, located in the center of the Stellis Movie Museum, is the newly built photography experience. It utilizes the newest VR optics technology with accommodating flashing light. A walk down this avenue will make you feel like you're a superstar walking down the red carpet. Selected as the shooting location for Blossom on the Wind, this location quickly became a tourist hotspot after the premiere of the show. Stellis Movie Museum, built on the site of the Stellis studio, was expanded to an area of 40,000 square meters. The museum interior is divided into 4 major regions, housing a total of 25 exhibit halls that introduce the history and technological advances of film over the past 100 years. In addition to the collection and display of cultural relics, the museum is also equipped with a holographic film production hall, a creative photography studio, experience hall, and other activity areas. The Stellis Movie Museum truly is a symbol of the urban culture, integrating display and experience interaction. Okay, I think that's all. Okay, bye.